Hello everyone, this is Mohan Raghavan, and today we are going to see how to append multiple worksheets in same table. This is a simple example or typical scenario that you will face in every day. In Excel sheet, you might be having different tabs and these tabs has the different information. Just to understand the problem statement very clearly, we can go to the sample worksheet. Let's open the sample worksheet. Consider the scenario, you have the data in the different tabs, might be for the different months or years or the different location. You might be having the data in different tabs. Now I want the single tab or single table which has all the information from the sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. So for that we are going to use the Power Query and how to automate this scenario. For example, before going to the Power Query, we need to convert all this data inside in Excel as a table. Even though it looks like a table, it is not the table. We need to convert manually at least once. Let's go to this data and select all the data and press Ctrl T. And there will be a pop-up create table and mention if you have the headers. Click OK. Same thing goes to the other area. Ctrl T. Now we have 3 tables and we need only one table. How to confirm this is the table or not? You can see at the top there will be a tab called table design so that you can consider this as a table. Now go to the data and click on get data and from other sources from table or range. It will open the query editor with the current table where you placed your cursor. Now on your left hand side, you can see the different queries which you are making to get the data. For example, now we have done the query to our own table, which is in the Excel sheet. On your right hand side, you can see the query details. For example, this query name is table 3 and it has the different applied steps by default. The first step is source, which means that we are trying to get the data from the Excel sheet, which is the current workbook, and we are looking the table 3. In the table 3, we are getting only the content. And second one, change type, which means that it is giving the data type for your columns based on the 200 rows of your data. You might be having more than that, but still just for the prediction, it will consider first 200 data. Based on the data that you have, based on that, it will be giving the data type. It might be the text type, it can be the decimal, or it can be the numeric as well. These are the default steps. But if you go to the source, here you can see it is getting data only from the table 3. But as per our requirement, it has to be all the tables inside our current workbook. So that we can remove that filter condition which takes only the table 3. Now click enter. Now here you can see all the table has been taken. Table 1, table 2 and table 3. We need only the content. We don't need to see about the name so that we can remove this column. Select the column and there will be option remove columns. Now it's asking the question whether you want to insert this step in your query settings or in applied steps, which means that even if you do some automation in the future, this all the steps will be applied. You want this step to be recorded? Yes, I want to insert. Now next one, there is a button inside the content which shows expand. If you click on that, it will expand all the table content inside here. These are the field names that you have in these tables. You can select or unselect whichever the columns that you require. Even you might be having multiple columns in all the 3 tables, but still you can select only few columns that if you want. In my scenario, I want all the columns, that's fine. And I will be unchecking this column prefix. That means that here you can see the column header is content. If I mention checked, that means that every field name will be having content prefix, which looks like content.quarter, content.industry code, and so on. I don't need that, so I'm just going to uncheck. Now click OK. Even this step has to be added? Yes. Here you can see expanded content. So now we can start from the first step. Source, we are getting all the tables here, and we are removing the name of the table names, and we are expanding all the data from all the 3 tables. Now we need to load this data inside our Excel sheet as a new table. For that, you can click close and load and to the table or to the different area. If you mention that second option, you will be getting the pop-up to import the data in Excel sheet as the table or as the pivot chart or as the pivot table report. Or you can even make the connections that we will see in later stage. But for current scenario, we need to make it as a table. And we want that inside our Excel sheet as a new worksheet. Yes, click OK. Now, the new table 3 has been created here, which has all the consolidated data from all the 3 tabs. Now, if we go to the sheet 1, let's consider in future, after few time, I'm just getting one more row. Let's say this is for 2024. Even consider I'm getting the new tab itself. Click on new sheet. Let's copy some data just to simulate the same. Copy paste. Since you copy pasted, this will be only the rows. It's not the table. For example, you cannot see the table design here because it's not the table. Let's change the data first, 2025. Now we have the future dates also, but still we need to convert this into the table. Just click anywhere in this rows, select all and Control T, enter. Now even this became as a table. Now if you go to the consolidator or main table, you cannot see the future date. Because this table was created long back, we need to refresh. If you refresh, what happens is, just go to the again query editor. As soon as you click on the refresh button, it goes to your query editor and it applies all the things. The first one steps, it goes and it gets all the data from here. Second one, it removes the column names, which are like a table name, and it will expand. So this automation or applied steps will be applied every time you make the refresh. I'm going to refresh now. It does the same. And now if you see the data, it will have the 2024 and 25, which makes like a automation. Whenever you add the new rows inside any of the sheets, it will be considered for your main table. Even if you add any tab, again, if you make it as a table, even those will be considered for your main table. So going forward, you don't need to copy paste the new data every time. You can go to the main table, click on refresh all, you will have all the data from all the tabs from the Excel sheet. Even you can apply the pivot tables for this main table so that your data will get updated as soon as you make the refresh all. So this is all about this video. So how to combine all the sheet information inside our main table. Thanks all. Thanks for watching and have a great day.